Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Total Biscuit. I'm back from vacation, so I thought I would give you a quick update on how the whole Battle Royale thing is going. I'll be providing these updates to you every now and again when I feel it's appropriate. So, day one, we kind of massacred everybody. It was rather interesting to watch, to say the least, and obviously we had a great deal of support, so thank you to everyone that actually backed us that time around. The cool thing was, we kind of didn't try. That was the cute thing about it. A lot of our guys decided to hold their votes back because we were so far ahead there was essentially no way we could lose. And that's pretty smart because this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. We do have to win 7 more daily elections, so that was a good idea. Well done to those who did that. Also, we haven't really deployed some of our biggest supporters yet. We do have a lot of them announced, but we haven't had them promote the cause as of yet because we're going to keep them in reserve for when we need them. So if there is a threat, then I'm sure we'll be able to deal with it quite nicely. Those wondering what the final vote count was on day one, well, it was, I believe, about 450,000, which is pretty damn fantastic. So it's already $1,000 in the bank for charity water, and we're looking good to take that grand prize if things continue the way that they are. I am considering running every day, simply because I don't think we can actually be beaten at this point. We've been preparing for 10 months, nobody else did, and as always, the guy that actually plays the game properly is the guy that wins it. I'm gonna hang fire on that for a couple of days, though, because I need to gather some data and make sure that we would be okay doing it. The last thing I want to do is get cocky and then end up running for all the days, lose a few, and then end up losing the whole damn thing just because we spread ourselves and our votes too thinly. Worth keeping an eye on it regardless, though. There are, of course, a few people in the list that are more than capable of playing a big game of catch-up, so do watch yourselves. But congratulations to everybody for making that happen. That was an astonishing start, and we're looking good to get the grand prize. We're running for about $43,000 at the moment. If I decide to run for more days, then we could get, of course, more money, because it's $1,000 every day, 35,000 grand prize. Now, those asking about transparency, needless to say, we got a few dumb trolls coming around saying, oh, you'll just take the money. No, those of you who were involved in the first election will be well aware that we set up a charity water campaign, and we were actually raising money at the time, and we got King of the Web to take the money from the prize and donate it directly to charity water. So it's all there on record. The final tally for that campaign was actually over $20,000 to charity water, which was an amazing success, I think. And if you want to go and look at each individual donation, you wish to scrutinize my finances, what do you want next? My long-form birth certificate? You can find the link in the description below this video. And same deal for this one. We've set up a new charity water campaign. You'll be able to see the prize money go in there once the actual contest has been completed. Apparently, I've got to sign some paperwork with them. I assume that's for tax reasons. That and to make sure I don't sue them after the fact. Like, where's my prize money? I didn't tell you to do this, blah, blah, blah. So we'll have to sign a contract to have them do that. But it will be all above board, all completely transparent and viewable to you guys. It's actually one of the cool things about Charity Water. They're really transparent about everything they do. If you actually go on their website, charitywater.org, you can see every single project on a GPS map with photos and with the name of the person that ran the campaign. So it's all completely above board and legit, which I know is a concern for a lot of people when it comes to donating to charity. Where does the money go? Well, these guys always seem to spend it on the right things, and they're smart too. It's not just a case of, hey, we're going to make a clean water project for you guys, and then we're just going to leave you. No, they actually spend money to train people up to actually maintain the system, and where necessary pay local contractors to keep the system running or fix it when it breaks down. So it's not like they're suddenly abandoning the community. It's really smart there. I think the charity does a lot of really important work. It's not even just about saving kids' lives or indeed fully mature adults who catch deadly diseases from dirty water. You've got to think about what happens when you don't have to do a couple of hours walking every day just to get to a clean water source. Well, people survive because they aren't attacked on the road. They don't catch diseases while they're on the way. They aren't attacked by wild animals, bandits. And more importantly, women and children actually have an opportunity to get an education because they're not having to spend all their time just bringing water for the family in order to survive. That's the really sad thing about a lot of these countries. If only people were actually given a chance. Unfortunately for many of them, survival is a full-time job. If you are able to make that easier by providing them a clean water source, then who knows what they can do in terms of improving their own living conditions and improving their education. I've always been a big believer in help people help themselves. I'm not really a huge fan of just randomly sending food aid to third world countries. It just doesn't work. I mean, you've got African warlords that will simply take it and use it to feed their troops. And at the end of the day, that doesn't really help people do all that much. Okay, you put a meal in the mouth of a kid one day, you've got to give them another one, and another one, and another one. You're not giving them the means to actually create their own food. Whereas in this case, you are giving them the means to create their own source of water that is sustainable. I don't really want to preach on this, but I think some people have some really odd and very jaded and quite frankly unrealistic ideas about charity. I've heard people say, well, charity is pointless, we shouldn't be helping these people, and I don't know about you, but I was not brought up to believe that. You don't save the world in one big sweep. You can't do that. It's a lot of very, very small things that all come together, and yes, every little bit does help. You are touching lives just by clicking a vote button, which might sound like slacktivism, but in this case, it is very, very real indeed. So, thank you to those who have supported us so far. Remember, we are only running on certain days at the moment. Check out my campaign video if you wish to learn more, and head on over to tinyurl.com/VoteTotalBiscuits to throw your votes down in order to help us win this campaign. One final thing, all of the money raised by the videos that I've put out about King of the Web will also be going to the charity water campaign once this is all wrapped up and concluded. So, even by watching this, you're helping just a little bit. I'll see you next time.